Hey guys, and welcome back to Tommy's Starcraft. This is your host Tommy with another Starcraft Remastered replay for you guys. And once again we have a great engagement here in between two pro players from the South Korean scene. So let me just start by introducing the players to you guys. In the upper left in the green it is HOEJJA, and his opponent is going to be another spawning here in the lower right in the orange. It is Flash, of course, one of the best players in this game, if not the best players. Now this is a clan in turn war in between these two pro players from the KT clan. So we're about to see a very interesting Terran versus Zerg matchup here. Of course, Flash is known to go, or actually most Terrans are known to go into mass bio versus the Zerg. But Flash has also shown us some strategies in which he goes mass mechanical units, for example, siege tanks with vultures, and later on even some Goliaths. So pretty interesting strategy we're about to see by him. Currently he's just following up here with a supply depot in just to perhaps block his ramp here a little bit. The overlord from HOEJJA is already out on the map. No spawning pool yet by him, so he's saving money perhaps for a fast expansion. Let's just have a look at the follow-up here by him. Flash, of course, will very likely follow up here with a barracks, or perhaps he's going to send a SCV in the middle of the map for scouting purposes, but no, he's actually opening up with a barracks. So pretty standard stuff here once again by both players. Still I don't see no spawning pole here for the Zerg player, as the second overlord is already out on the map, and this could indicate to us indeed that HOEJJA is going for a fast expansion build here. So very greedy and nice gameplay here by him. Another drone is moving out on the map. Perhaps this drone is intended for scouting purposes, just to see in case Flash is doing something out of the ordinary. He might just cancel this expansion and go into a spawning pool. But at the same time we still see Flash here with his barracks and his supply depot. Gas is up, as of course HOEJJA is sending his first scout on the map, given the fact that it is very important to know what exactly your opponent is up to. Gas is also being placed here for HOEJJA, a spawning pool as well. So let's just see the follow-up here as these two workers are meeting in it, and some first damage is already being done here to the SCV from Flash, as HOEJJA of course really wants to hurt this SCV as much as possible, not to allow Flash here to come into the base and check exactly out what the Zerg is up to. So the drone is currently being blocked here by the Terran. Really good stuff by the Terran. Of course the Terrans can uplift this barracks and just move their units in and out here from this place. The drone already taking very much damage. Pretty soon Flash is of course going to find out that HOEJJA has fast expanded, and even some first Zerglings should be really soon out on the map. So this will very likely indicate to him that of course he has to expand perhaps as well, or he has to do another barracks or even two barracks just to do a rush here with marines and medics. Perhaps would be a possibility. Some firebat heroes could be added, but very likely I think Flash is going also into a fast expansion just to secure his position here. A factory is already out for him, so we are about to find out exactly what his strategy is going to be. His SCV even doing some more scouting here on the Zerg side, and we already have a hydrolist then here for HOEJJA. So interestingly enough, he did decide to upgrade his tier 2 here on this expansion, so not in his main, just in his expansion, just to deny that scouting from Flash, as Flash was of course expecting a tier 2 here on this main. So this could indicate of course that HOEJJA is going into lurkers, perhaps into a fast spire with some Mutalisk. Mutalisk of course very good against any Terran. The harassment is really strong. And an interesting move here by HOEJJA as he's moving his drones back to his main. So a little bit perhaps a mistake by him. Some mining time has been denied, and Flash of course securing here his expansion with one marine with that barracks. Let's just have a look at the fall of the force. Vulture is out. Is he going into mass mech or mass bio units? He's building another factory, so this will of course indicate to us that he's going into those mechanical units, siege tanks and vultures. First vulture out on the map. Actually there are even more and more vultures here out on the map, so more and more mines will be placed, but of course the Zerg should be fine as he has detection with that overlord. Worker wise we have 18 workers for HOEJJA and 25 here for Flash. Let's just see, is this Aspire? Indeed Aspire here for HOEJJA, so this is going to be very hard now for Flash to find out what exactly HOEJJA is going into. Is it going to be a Hydralisk Lurker bust? Is it going to be some Mutalisk? So HOEJJA just keeps Flash guessing, of course, what exactly his strategy is going to be. So this is exactly why Flash is, of course, placing these defensive mines here on the map, as those mines also give a little bit of vision, just so that he knows exactly what he is up to. Let's have a look at his main. Are there any turrets? No turrets yet here for him. The siege tank ability will very likely, no, he's actually going for that Goliath double rocket ability, and even now placing turrets just to make sure that he's going to fend off that Mutalisk harassment. Turrets, of course, very good also when you face some lurkers, as they do detect the invisible lurkers underneath the ground. First Hydralisk are out on the map, and let's just have a look at the follow-up. What exactly is he going? He's going indeed into a Mutalisk, but Flash should of course be prepared for this. He already has out 2 Goliaths here on the front. Another turret is being placed, 1 turret even here just to protect those SCVs. And let's just have a look at the expansion. Indeed 2 turrets here as well, so even a bunker here by Flash, so pretty nice preparations here for him, as he's placing even more and more mines out here on the map. Let's just have a look at the follow-up here. Slowly but steadily the Mutalisk will move out on the map, of course. And will they go straight into the expansion from Flash? Will they go straight into the main? We're about to find out, as these Hydralisks do take some damage here from those mines. A little bit of patient gameplay here by HOEJJA. Overlords also out on the map just to detect those mines, so pretty good map awareness here by HOEJJA, as he's all over the place. There is a lone vulture here just to place some mines. Of course, a nice mine here on this location, on this location, just so that Flash finds out when exactly HOEJJA is going to expand even more. We have 8-9 Mutalisks now here on the map. Let's just have a look. HOEJJA just showing his presence here now on the map, but he decides to retreat a little bit, so no aggression here by him. Flash looking more and more prepared against this aggression. Once again, a very defensive gameplay here by Flash, just allows his opponent to make the first move, but now he's actually seeing this expansion at this location. Finds out that there is no expansion here, but yeah, he needs of course to be careful not to allow the Zerg to macro up as much as possible. Still, he's only at Goliaths now. I don't see any siege tanks yet for him. Only 2 factories here for him. So pretty out of the ordinary gameplay here for him. No siege tanks, no other marines are being placed here for him. So a very calm game right now, as both players are settling down a little bit. Good map awareness once again by HOEJJA. He just tries to kill as many vultures as possible just to deny that vision here for Flash. Let's just have a look at this building. It's a Queen's Nest, a very interesting Queen's Nest. As you could have seen from the thumbnail, there will be of course a Queen gameplay here into this game. The first aggression is also out on the map. No overload here for HOEJJA, so he might take some damage. The first Mutalisk are out, but there's so much anti-air, I don't think he's going to be successful here with any bust, even one Mutalisk gets taken out. So Flash of course very much prepared here for this. He even has a one weapons upgrade here for those Goliaths, and he's moving out here with Mass Goliaths. So Mass Goliaths, a very interesting composition here by him. Very strong of course against those Mutalisk, and could also be strong against Hydralisk, but he needs to be careful of course against those lurkers, if there will be any lurkers here by HOEJJA. HOEJJA also expanding at this location, and Flash is moving out with some vultures here on the map, just tries to get as much map awareness as possible. But he of course needs to be careful in case there is a bust with some Mutalisk. He needs to defend those SCVs. Pretty good placement here. He even has a starport with a science facility, so he's very likely going into some science vessel. Of course, science vessel with irradiate, a must if you are facing a Zerg. And we have a nice drive through here. 2 drones already being killed here. Those vultures are really doing a great job. Another drone is being taken out. 4 drones now. Flash is doing a great job against the economy here from HOEJJA, as HOEJJA is at only 13 workers versus the 47 already here from Flash. So of course vultures, thanks to their speed, they can do so many drives through here, drive-bys, and the 2 vultures can one-shot a drone, so pretty good stuff here by him. Of course sadly the vultures will fall, but in the end the economic damage is being done. Overall speed has also been done here by HOEJJA, and look at that, we have some queens indeed out on the map. So queens very good against some siege tanks, for example, with that Broodwar, so Broodling, excuse me. So basically if they cast that Broodling spell on the siege tank will immediately die, and even is going to probably do some splash damage, as the siege tanks will of course target that Broodling. So pretty good stuff here by him. In comes the Mutalisk, even an Ursodon here on the map with those Hydralisk and those Mutalisks, but I don't think that Flash knows yet about these queens, as the queens are nicely being hidden, so in case Flash is scanning some locations, you will not very much know about these queens, unless they are flying over a mine or two. Now the drive-by is being prepared here by Flash, but there is a Hydra to intercept this. He's also going to check very likely this location here. He doesn't find anything yet, so let's just have a look at the follow-up here. Flash is even adding some tanks now, as he's adding some anti-air turrets here by him. Those vultures will be chased of course away, and they didn't do really that much. Only 1 drone is being killed here, but of course they've been intercepted and pushed back. So now it would be very interesting to see when exactly HOEJJA is going into lurkers, or if he's going to into lurkers, what exactly his plan is with these queens. I believe this is my first game in which I'm casting a games with queens, so especially a games with queens against Flash. We're also about to see the reaction here from Flash. Of course these 2 players know each other, as they are from the very same clan, KTF. Once again, things are settling down a little bit. Here's HOEJJA is slowly moving out on the map. His queens are still here, preparing that energy perhaps for more and more Broodlings cast, or maybe some ensnare, maybe some parasite, just to detect what exactly Flash is up to. But Flash of course could kill his own unit or just back him up if it's being parasited. Mutal is still of course very defensive. They might eat a Irradiate here and another Irradiate, so pretty good stuff here by Flash. So much splash damage here with that Irradiate. Look at those Mutalists, they're very hurt. So such a nice gameplay here, such a nice move by him, showing us the strengths of Irradiate once again with only 2 science vessels. Now let's just have a look at these queens. Of course the queens are targeting those Goliaths, so really good stuff here by him. Not only that, the Broodlings hatch, but they also can lure the mines into them, so dealing even more and more splash damage. So Flash has to be of course very careful, very attentive. Things are settling down a little bit. The queens with energy are here in the front, the other queens are in the back, just generating more energy, and he even kills a vulture here with those queens. So let's just have a look what exactly he's going to take out even more. He needs to be careful of course against that anti-air. Those queens very much in enemy territory. Yeah, he's killing those vultures, or he tries to lure those mines just to deal as much splash damage. So very interesting strategy here by HOEJJA, showing us a queen gameplay with Hydralisk and with Mutalisk. Really good stuff here by him. Let's just have a look at his main. He's going of course into tier 3. He is already into tier 3, and even goes for a Defiler. One of Defilers of course very strong unit with that Dark Storm. So let's just have a look at the follow-up here by Flash. What exactly is his reaction going to be? His tanks are of course spreaded as much as possible. Now there's a nice defensive mine placement here by him. He's going into even more and more turrets just to secure this expansion. He's also expanding in this location. So it looks like we're going into a very nice macro orientated game. Once again Flash very defensive. He's deciding not to go out here with his army, just staying back, just allowing his enemy to do his first aggressions. Now he's moving out with some vultures, deals some good damage, kills 3 even 4 drones here, but in the end he is of course going to get killed. So worker wise, however, Flash already at 64 versus 46. as we still have once again a stalemate. Those queens will of course once again regenerate as much energy as possible, and let's just see if he is going to be successful with this one queen here, with just to lure those mines. No, he's actually even being attacked with a irradiate, so this queen will very likely fall. So this is the tactic here from... oh dear, he just by mistakenly killed his own science vessel. I guess it happens even to Flash, but more queens are coming in. Or perhaps that queen casted that parasite on that science vessel. It could also be a possibility, but Flash reaction was very strong, killing his own science vessel. We have once again a nice drive-by here with those vultures. Some, actually very many drones have been attacked here and killed. 4 drones once again killed here by Flash. So this is of course the tactic by Flash, a very defensive gameplay here by him, as HOEJJA's tactic is going to be of course to cast as many broodlings as possible, but it's going to be very hard for him to penetrate here this position, as there are so many anti-turrets, anti-air turrets. Nice splash damage by that one mine. And this queen, let's just have a look what exactly it's going to do. Sadly nothing yet for him. More and more is being prepared here by HOEJJA. I see a nice move out here with those Mutalisks. And once again Flash is moving out with his vultures just to deal as much economic damage as possible. But HOEJJA has upgraded his drones and they are able to burrow now. Really good stuff here by Flash once again. Going straight deep into enemy lines, so he's going to try once again to kill as many drones as possible. Not successful right now. Flash at 164 supply versus 147. As we even have a Defiler here now on the map. Defiler of course a very strong unit with that Dark Storm ability, just to secure any attack here by some siege tanks for example, or for any range unit. So really crucial unit here for the Zerg. Queen still in the middle of the map. It's a stalemate right now, so Flash once again is trying to move out with some vultures. I believe this is going to be the tactic very long time into the game. Queens also out on the map, backed up by Mutalisk. The Mutalisk are of course being sent in the front just to kill those mines and just to see exactly how the queens could get some connections here. Remember guys, mines don't attack air units in Starcraft 1, it's just Starcraft 2, so this is of course a possibility. Nice irradiate once again here by Flash. Irradiating all those Mutalisks, dealing so much splash damage here against those Mutalisks. So of course the science vessel once again shows his strength here against the Zerg. Another move out here by... actually no move, what he's pretty much having a good map dominance here of HOEJJA, but we are about to see what exactly these queens are going to do. Are they going to attack those vultures once again? Flash is trying the same tactic. He moves out with those vultures and tries to get as many kills as possible. He's going to kill some drones of course, but in the end loses of course his vultures. A nice move out here by him. Perhaps he tried to attack this position here with some irradiance, but his science vessel would have been very much exposed. There's even more and more anti-air turrets here being produced by Flash. So once again a very defensive gameplay here by Flash, as we have a move out with some overloads here. So these overloads could have some units into them. Let's just have a look what exactly HOEJJA has prepared to us. Indeed it's going to be a drop, really nicely done here by him with those hydrolists. Of Flash in a little bit of trouble. Reinforcements are coming in with Zerglings, as this expansion has to move out, but the tanks should be able to hold this position. However, the hydrolists are nicely hidden into that Dark Storm, so pretty good stuff here by HOEJJA. Now finally the hydrolists move out and the siege tanks could get some connections, even those science vessels, but at the same time we have very much another aggression here on the map, as Flash is just waiting to react here against this. Finally the irradiate go out, as this hydrolisk will fall of course, and once again the queens are here to cast those broodlings against those vultures, of course expecting some siege tanks to deal some splash damage. So pretty nice tactic here by HOEJJA. He even added some lurkers here. Flash could be in a little bit of trouble. He sends his vultures out in the front. He has to very likely kill this opponent's aggression. Nice Dark Zone once again here by the Defiler from HOEJJA. So this expansion point is being controlled right now by HOEJJA, so Flash in a little bit of trouble, of course, as HOEJJA even expanding here on this location. So another Irradiance is going out here. Flash, of course, depending very much on his science vessels. Pretty good stuff here by him. Very defensive, but now he has to react. He is in a little bit of trouble as HOEJJA is already at 180 supply. Very strong, very dominant HOEJJA gameplay here. He did even have control on the middle of the map. His Mutalisks haven't been signed in yet, so we're about to find out what exactly is going to be the follow-up here by HOEJJA. Flash still in the back, still waits here. Very defensive, like I said. Now finally he is able to move out a little bit out of the map, but HOEJJA is of course waiting for him with those queens. It's very hard to play against those queens. Perhaps some Valkyries will be added by Flash, perhaps some anti-air, some race. We're about to find out. Let's just have a look at this aggression once again. It's a drop here at this expansion. Really nicely done here once again by HOEJJA. King on the science vessel just to detect those lurkers. The Hylos are once again nicely hidden in the Dark Swarm, but this is going to be once again a very much denied expansion here for Flash. Mutalisks are also out on the map just to kill as many mines as possible. Once again the Broodlords are really dealing so much splash damage here against those siege tanks, of course. Really good stuff here by HOEJJA, showing us a very aggressive strategy, a very nice strategy here with those queens, with those broodlings as the siege tanks, of course. If they're clumped together, they will deal massive amounts of splash damage here. Pretty good stuff here. These lurkers are even alive here against Flash. Flash needs to be very careful here. Some Mutalisks even are moving out on the map, so really nice army composition here. Hyros, Mutalisk, Queens, very good stuff here by HOEJJA. As Flash is even waiting more, but now this Irradiance dealing of course so much splash damage here against those Mutalisks. So he will of course lose a Mutalisk or two, even 3, and once again this location is being defended a little bit here by HOEJJA, so really good stuff by him. Flash is trying to move out here on the map. He is of course trying to kill this expansion as fast as possible here, not allowing HOEJJA to expand even more and gain that economic damage. Some Zerglings are now being added. Let's just have a look at the upgrade 2 upgraded Zerglings, really strong. Lots of splash damage, really nicely done here by HOEJJA, but this will of course be very likely cleared. There's so many tanks here by HOEJJA, but the reinforcements are coming in here for HOEJJA. More and more Zerglings in the front, lurkers with Hydralisk here. Is Flash going to be able to hold this? There's just so much here for the Zerg, but there are no Defilers with Dark Swarm, so in the end of course HOEJJA has to pull back. Very strong economy by both players, as we see here. The minerals from HOEJJA already at 3000, now dropping below 2500 as he's pumping more and more units here. His queens are waiting of course in the back just to regenerate that energy. And HOEJJA is not willing to give up this expansion, but there's so many siege tanks here. However, a nice plague here now by that Defiler, even some Scourge just to kill those science vessels. Good Defiler Dark Swarm here, so much action going on. Those lurkers are protected here in the upper ground. The expansion is still up, so HOEJJA is not going to abandon on that location. Queen still waiting. More and more reinforcements are being placed here in the middle of the map by HOEJJA. Finally Flash is moving out with those science vessels just to kill those Defilers. So a lot of action going on, but Flash really has to act. He needs to stop playing defensively, or else he might be in some serious trouble here. Mines all over the place. Some turrets are being added here, but this location is of course very important here for Flash, as he really perhaps wishes to expand by himself, but more and more reinforcements are being sent down here by HOEJJA. Those Zerglings very strong of course with those upgrades. And once again HOEJJA is moving out. There's a nice Dark Swarm once again by the Defiler. And these Zerglings are of course in the front, but they do soak up so much splash damage as the siege tank deal of course splash damage to their own units. There's even some lurkers now out on the map, and they're of course being protected by the Defiler. So really good stuff here by HOEJJA once again, but he needs more and more reinforcements, of course. Perhaps his queen need to come in. There are the queens now with almost full energy once again, and some broodlings will be spawned once again. Look at that, those tanks dealing splash damage to themselves. Great tactic here once again by HOEJJA. Another one, and yet another one, another broodling here. Finally the Goliaths are able to send these queens back. What the damage has been already done. So many siege tanks have fallen here, and there's even more and more units being added here by HOEJJA. He even goes into some ultra-risk 5-2 upgraded. Really great stuff here by him, as we have another engagement here. Really good spell, strong spell here by HOEJJA with those queens, immediately taking out a unit, and notice that he's just placing the broodling in the middle of the siege tanks, so that the siege tanks will of course deal damage with that splash damage to themselves. Finally Flash had enough, he's moving in his vultures, and he's going to be able to take out this expansion here by HOEJJA. What a crazy game indeed. We have so much action going on right now. Even a great irradiate, and HOEJJA not paying a little bit of attention. He might lose so many queens here, he needs to be careful. Almost losing all of those queens, so nice trap here by Flash, as we have a strong move out now on the map. These overlords could once again have some units into them, but HOEJJA needs to be careful, as he's of course wishing to deny as many mines as possible. Once again a good irradiate here against this overlord, as Flash is of course waiting once again an engagement here by HOEJJA. HOEJJA going into ultra risk with Zerglings. I don't know if he has that many queens left. There's only 3 queens here for him. Finally massive irradiate here on those overlords. Those overlords will damage of course themselves, so HOEJJA might be supply blocked here. Another great move out here from HOEJJA. Is he going to drop some units here? Yes indeed, there are some ultra risks straight in the middle here. 3 ultra risks in the middle, causing so much chaos, so much damage. In come the Zerglings with more and more ultra risk. No defilers on the map, Flash in some serious trouble. In comes the Mutalisk from the back, and Flash needs to hold a nice plague here against those siege tanks. Not all of those siege tanks are sieged up, and there's so much chaos going on right now. Irradiated ultra risk in the front. Those ultra risks are very tanky, as HOEJJA is moving in forward with the defiler once again, protecting those units. So great engagement here for him. Not that much energy here for those science vessel. Really good stuff here by HOEJJA. Flash in some serious trouble right now. Is he going to hold this position? His expansion once again is in trouble, and a nice army composition here by HOEJJA, showing us even ultra risk now. So ultra risk, Zerglings, Hydras, Mutalisk, Queens. So much here against those the siege tanks, vultures, and science vessel with some Goliaths army composition here, as of course HOEJJA wishes to take this position here back from the Terran. So good engagement here by him, denying this expansion here for Flash, even attacking this position here. Some units have made it into this lower left location, as Flash is only mining from this location and now reestablishes this expansion. So let's just have a look at the Zerg. He's mining from this location and a little bit of this location, but he has such a strong economy and so many units here left for him. All those Zerglings are of course so tanky with that 3/3 upgrade, and he even has some queens here left for him. So what exactly is the answer is going to be from Flash. Flash once again playing very defensive. His tanks are a little bit exposed if you ask me, so if some queens come here and cast some Broodwar once again, he needs to be very careful, as the splash damage is very real. Let's just have a look at his upgrades. Of course 3/3, as we are very late into the game. It could be indeed anyone's game, but Flash is falling at 120 supply. Still, those tanks would be very good if he would advance, but he needs to be very careful. Irradiate of course could be abused by him, but so many science vessels have fallen here. Once again, slowly but steadily, Flash is coming back. Flash however only at 37 workers, so he did suffer quite a lot of damage here, quite a lot of economic damage, so his science vessel will be very crucial here for him. This expansion will be finished very slowly and steadily. Another expansion is floating here into this position, but is changing the position of course into this one, as there are more minerals there to mine. As things of course are settling down a little bit. as Flash is once again establishing a defensive position here against HOEJJA. Let's have a look at our army composition here for HOEJJA. Once again, so many Zerglings, Side Risk, Queens, and one Ultra Risk, even Lurkers. So HOEJJA showing us a gameplay with almost all of the units here from the Zerg. Even this gas simulator is being almost depleted here by him. A nice move out with those speed Zerglings. But there is nothing here, so Flash will of course fend this attack off. But what an intense and crazy game. We might have a engagement here. Here we go. The Hydra-Risk is blocking here a little bit the entrance. In come the Overlords. Do they have some units here? So many Overlords, but I don't see any unit defensive matrix now being used on those tanks. Some once again, some Ultra-Risk with those defilers have been dropped here, so lots of tankiness and splash damage here being dealt. Flash in some serious trouble here. Those tanks in the back do their best job, of course, but there is a Dark Swarm once again nicely used here by HOEJJA, and HOEJJA moves so even more and more forward. Good irradiance now here by Flash against this Ultra-Risk, but those Ultra-Risk are so tanky now, and HOEJJA has established the higher ground here, and even denying this expansion here. He even killed that expansion. He needs to be careful a little bit with that. Ultra-Risk just pops him into that Overlord just to deny that irradiance. And after all the damage is being done, Flash at 106 supply versus 129, but this expansion here from HOEJJA is pumping minerals, and he even has a small group here of units just to defend that location. Nice Plague now here on those units, of course. Plague very strong. So let's just have a look at the follow-up here. Flash is trying to re-establish here his expansion, slowly but steadily moving forward, but all of his units are so hurt against that Plague, and of course the Science Vessels are being targeted first. Science Vessels had to be in the front here just to detect those Lurkers, and I don't know if Flash will now rely on that scan just to kill this position, but in come the Queens, and the Queens are very reliable unit now here for HOEJJA all through the game. Not that much energy left for them, but the damage has been done as they kill a unit instantly and they just spawn two Broodlings. So if you're a Zerg, guys, a very good strategy here for you guys with those Queens. Things looks pretty good here for HOEJJA. HOEJJA already at 2000 minerals versus 300 from Flash. Also more supply here for him. Is he really going to kill Flash here with this crazy strategy? Once again, Flash is coming in with his expansion. Nice Plague once again against those units, but the Dark Swarm holds the position here for the Zerg. He's even moving out some Zerglings here on the map. He's trying to do as much damage as possible against those reinforcements. So really good stuff here by HOEJJA. Great job abusing this this map entrance a little bit, and indeed Flash has left the game without even saying GG. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was just an observer, so sorry guys. The game is still going on, so I was a little bit surprised, but of course Flash in the orange with his nickname here, so yeah, it was just an observer. Perhaps the observer thinks that this game is over, as HOEJJA slowly but steadily moves out even more and more on supply. He has this location, this expansion is pumping. Wait a minute, Flash actually only mining minerals now from this location here, and even this position is being taken by HOEJJA. More and more units are being added here by HOEJJA. Flash perhaps playing a little bit too much defensive into this game, and this expansion is now very much exposed against those so many Mutalisks here for HOEJJA, upgraded 3-1. And yes, this is of course the final blow here against Flash, as Flash of course didn't have any much anti-air, many Goliaths. A mechanical unit composition here by Flash, not going into bio. He is actually opting once again for tanks with Goliaths and Vultures. Sadly didn't work out. He did invest so much minerals into these turrets, so very defensive gameplay here for him. Sadly, HOEJJA doing a great job here, showing us a great Queen strategy here by him. A good lesson if you're a Zerg. I think that this will of course very likely work against the Protoss too, so nice army composition here by HOEJJA, adding all of those units, all of those upgraded units. Really good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this replay as much as I did. I'll be seeing you guys in the next replay. This is Tommy signing out.